Hey everyone, it's Eric here. Today we're using Engramic, the open source AI framework, to do charts using procedural memory. Let's jump into it. All right, let's start off with a basic bar chart. The main theme in this is that I'm going to show you visualizations, and these visualizations are all done using procedural memory. These instructions for how to render and to use the tools that it has are completely stored in memory. So viz is just kind of the trigger word for it to look up the instructions. And here we go. So now it showed me a bar chart with the prices of those three metals. But what you need to realize is that everything is AI controlled here. So you can just talk to it and make whatever changes you need to. So let me show you this is happening in the background here. It says, let's make it the 4 instead of 3. So it's taking a look at that. It says I can't modify the chart to show because I only have the price for gold, copper, and aluminum. I'll say, can you add iron? So didn't have the information that it wanted, or was maybe confused, or really came back for more information from me. So I told it to add iron, and it's working on the chart now. And there we go. So now we've got iron ore added into it. All right. So just for the heck of it, let's do another change here. You could do whatever you want. You can say, make this grayscale, make it taller, make it skinnier, change the dates, make them, whatever kind of formatting you want to. You just talk to the chart and you'll get what you want. All right, so here's a line graph, and I have all my kind of interactive components are built into it. So that's pretty nifty. And I'm curious as to why did copper go up so much in 2021? So I'm going to ask that question here, and it's heading back to the repo, and it's going to ask and try to fetch that information and see what it can get. All right, so it says absolutely, let's look into it. It says prices are influenced by global economic trends, technological demand, and geopolitical factors, and then gives me a whole handful of factors that contributed to this. So I'm going to make a jot to remind me to research why copper went up. So I'm not going to do this now, but I want to save a little reminder. Again, this is also a procedural memory. The idea of what a jot is at all is a memory that I saved in the system. And so now it made me a jot, and I'm going to ask it, can you save that jot for me? So not only does it have a procedural understanding about how to make a jot work, I can also say that you can save it, and now it saved it as an artifact. You might have missed it, but it went from new to noted. Okay, so I'm going to just tell it to exit that for now. And let's do this. I want to show one more procedural. I'm going to say list three metals and their properties, and give it a second here. Let's see if it asked me about the three. Okay, so it picked three for me already. And I'm going to say put those three metals in a stepper. Stepper is the last procedural memory tool that I want to show you. And again, these are all supposed to help make it so that it's easier for you to come back and take a look at what you've saved in terms of artifacts, or for you to be able to share to someone. So it put this stepper in place here, and it's interactive. So I can say, let's do next, and it's going to walk me through this stepper. If I wanted to give somebody some type of journey, it's instructed to describe a little bit from the document about whatever it is on the journey. All right, so again, the whole theme here is that these are procedural. These are just memories with instructions. We can make memories of data, and then I can add data to the repo by making a memory that's a data and saving it. That's what this little box is here for. Or I can save instructions as well, which is just kind of mind-blowing, but really powerful, as you can see the kind of control that I have through this memory architecture. All right, let's take a quick look at what a procedural memory is. And in its very simplest form, it's basically just a memory that is about instructions instead of data. So I'm going to create this really simple one. It just says tool name equals horses. Every time the user mentions horses, let me know how the horses like to hang out at the mall. All right, I'll enter that, and the system is reviewing it, it's churning it, it's going through the same prompting system as our other prompts, and it's noting that it's a memory to be created, and it saved it as a long-term memory based on those instructions. It's orange, so it's ready to go, and it's inserted into the vector database. So now I can say, I don't know, tell me about dolphins. And dolphins shouldn't trigger the tool at all. It shouldn't trigger any memories about horses. So it should just be talking about dolphins. I'm going to search through here and just make sure. All right. So now I'm going to say, tell me about horses. And now that memory of horses should be, getting pulled up. And somewhere in here, we might find, there we go. On a related note, did you know that horses like to hang out at the mall? If I click on this, I can get more information and actually see that we have an instruction that it created. This is the memory that it was created that gives it an action to do when this memory is brought into its context window. So that's it. That's what procedural does in terms of how we can use it to extend the capabilities. Now, the visualizations that you saw, there was a few more steps and bells and whistles. One is that I created a special type of repo called a default repo that's always included. So even if you have project, it's project and default. So those instructions are persistent no matter what repo you're using, because in the background, it's a default repo that's always on. So that's kind of a new feature. And that's really the only difference, though, and some prompt engineering for sure that I spent to try to create the memory, the procedural memory, so that it acted the way that I wanted to and stayed open, and little things like that. Took a day to or two to iterate on those procedural memories, but that's it. It's just a memory. I hope you enjoy this.